Joe Frazier was more than just a boxer. He was a symbol of grit, determination, and heart. His battles with Ali are legendary, defining an era of heavyweight boxing. But while the world remembers the fighter in his prime, his final hours tell a different, more personal story. This documentary takes us inside those moments, reflecting on his legacy, his struggles, and the man beyond the ring. By early November 2011, Joe Frazier was fighting an opponent he couldn't knock out: liver cancer. The news had stunned those closest to him. Just weeks before, Frazier had been living his usual quiet life in Philadelphia, still involved with his gym, still mentoring young fighters. But cancer, aggressive and unrelenting, took hold quickly. Doctors at a Philadelphia hospice had given him weeks to live, but the truth was harsher. His time was slipping away much faster. His once powerful body, which had absorbed some of the most punishing blows in boxing history, was now failing him. He was weak, drifting in and out of consciousness, surrounded by family and close friends. In his moments of lucidity, Joe Frazier reflected on his past. His mind drifted to the cotton fields of South Carolina, where he had grown up poor, the youngest of 12 children. His voice, once full of confidence and fire, had grown faint. Yet, when he spoke, the words carried the weight of a man who had lived through the highs and lows of the sport. "I did what I had to do," he murmured, recalling his legendary battles, especially against Ali. The name Ali was never far from Frazier's story. Their rivalry had defined boxing's golden era, but it was more than just sport. It was personal. Ali had mocked him, called him names, turned public opinion against him. The sting of being labeled an Uncle Tom by Ali, despite all that Frazier had done for him behind the scenes, never fully left. But now, in these final hours, resentment faded. When asked about Ali, Frazier simply said, "We did something special." On the night of November 7, 2011, Joe Frazier's fight came to an end. His breathing slowed, his powerful heart, one that had driven him through brutal wars, in the ring, began to falter. And then, just like that, the final bell rang. Joe Frazier was gone. Joe Frazier's story didn't end with his passing. His name, his fights, and his spirit remain part of boxing history. Joe Frazier never wanted pity. He wanted to be known for his heart, his resilience, and his will to fight until the very end. And in that, he succeeded. Rest in peace, chap.